Let's talk about a man who is the greatest general manager in the history of the NFL and the greatest head coach in the history of the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not talking about two people. I'm talking about one particular person who has found his home in numerous places. He's born and raised, I believe, in the Navy Academy through his dad coaching football. Then he obviously bounced around famously with the Giants and then with the Browns and then with the Jets and then landing in New England when Kraft hired him to be the head coach. I don't know if he was immediately the GM as well, immediately upon being hired.
I'm not sure. I assume probably, though.
That's awesome that he just wrote on a piece of paper, hey, I'm no longer a coach here. I'm going to go be the GM and the head coach of a team up north a little bit. And that obviously turns into this storybook franchise dynasty that will never be, I'm going to say it, and this is very like daily sports show hosty of me to say, what we saw the Patriots do with Tom Brady as the quarterback and Bill Belichick as the head coach and GM, we will never see again in the NFL.
No chance.
Nope.
With how much money, with the way contracts are going, with the way salaries are going, with the way retirements are going. Retirements are getting younger and younger now. Not just at big positions, but think about other key positions around the Patriots where players played probably for a long time as role players. Those guys probably retire a lot earlier if they get some money nowadays because there's a lot more opportunity for guys, I think, as opposed to in the past. So I just don't believe we'll ever see what the Patriots did for 20 years ever again in any sport. I just don't think it'll ever happen. And the man that was the mastermind behind it all, allegedly, is maybe the most electrifying character in the entire NFL.
By far.
It'll be tough to not, talk about this man long after he's away from the game. Because every time he touches a microphone, it is a soundbite.
Yeah.
It is a clip. It is insightful. It is riveting. It is Bill Belichick being Bill Belichick. We have a new segment! Kind of looks like Bull Belichick on the bottom there because it's a ticker.
A little bit.
But nonetheless, Bill Belichick being Bill Belichick is already in midseason form, and we shall spotlight it. Here's the greatest GM and the greatest head coach answering questions after practice just a couple days ago.
Bill, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that. We're just trying to have a good training camp here.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Stands there.
Did you have any idea the Dolphins were tampering with your starting quarterback that season?
Yeah, focused on training camp here. That's all in the past.
I don't know if you heard me before the 10-second awkward silence that I just stood here right in your faces. But I'm not telling you a damn thing. And then somebody was like, you know what, Bill? I want to get your thoughts on fantasy football. And this is what Bill did.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really have any opinion on that because fantasy football doesn't mean anything to me. Like, we're just trying to win games out here, and so I don't know who's hot, who's not, who wins, who doesn't. Like, I don't really care about that. I just care about whether we win. So,
fuck off.
Yeah, I have fun with that.
This guy cannot be bothered by anything.
No, he's the best.
Fuck you, all right? Hey, how about your team's quarterback that you created quite a history with? Potentially talking to a rival of yours during training camp of that season in which you didn't win the Super Bowl or whatever. Pass it, we don't care.
Yeah, don't give a shit.
Aren't you it kind of, you passed it, but it's really new news. We just all learned about this like yesterday. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. How about fantasy football? Whoever said that question.
Oh, my God.
Is it the kid from that City of Steel Sports podcast that asked that question? The kid that had to sell the team shirt on next to the owner of the fucking team?
I doubt it.
Is it that kid? Because
I
whoever
hope not.
asked
I would
about
have
that.
better questions.
But I do like the fact that the way he broke down fantasy football a little bit sounded like maybe he did. No, he doesn't know anything about it, right? What did it sound like, Ty?
Listen, I don't know who's high floor, number 2 receiver. I don't know, what flex guy, I'm going to play this weekend. I don't know who I'm sitting, who I'm starting. I don't know who Matthew Berry's telling me to pick up on the waiver wire. I don't play fantasy football, so fuck off.
Sounds like you know a lot about it, though. I mean, you just dropped like a lot of lingo there for
it depends if we're doing, full point PPR, half point PPR, 2 quarterback league, I don't know, snake draft, auction draft, all these things, again, I don't give a fuck about fantasy football. We're just trying to, be a better football team here today.
It sounds like you know a lot about it. I think you would also be a great fantasy football owner, Bill Belichick. Have you ever thought about dabbling? A lot of money in it, Bill. Don't know if you know that.
No, we're just trying to get better on the football field. I mean, yeah, if I was in, I don't know, 14, 16-team league, I'd probably make the playoffs, be the number 1 seed, dominate the waiver wire, and, get a couple guys you've never heard
Once
of.
again, it sounds like you know a lot
little
about.
bit.
Are you playing?
No, man. Well, again, fuck fantasy football. I don't play fantasy football. I play real football out here. Yeah, so have fun with that.
We do have to clarify to the listeners on radio that was not actually Bill Belichick.
No, it wasn't.
Bill Belichick did not call into the show. That was Ty basically reciting what he heard Bill Belichick say there. The who's hot, who's not, like that's all fantasy football lingo, right?
Oh yeah.
I love that he dropped some in there just to give a little sprinkle of like, hey, fantasy football nerds, if I wanted to, okay? If I wanted to. But follow up with that being said, I don't give a fuck about what you're doing. I won a game 9-3 last year. We ran the ball 75 times straight. I don't care about nothing. But I do love that people are asking them. And I do love that forever and ever, Bill Belichick is going to be what?
Bill Belichick.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Tell you what, man. That guy doesn't say anything, man. He doesn't say anything to anybody, man.
Best.
MCDC's not like that. That's why Hard Knocks is going to be incredible.
Yeah. So good.
Hey, we're a big segment show now.
Yeah, we are.
No
Huge.
big deal.